Burton. So David says, hey, Joe, I really appreciate all the value you provide. You're very welcome, David. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it, man. He says, I have a number of lead gen sites in different niches, paving or brick pavers, landscaping, and roofing. He says nearly all with Google My Businesses in the 3-pack and a single listing on the first page of Google Organic. My question is, how do I get multiple footprints on that page? Is there a way / strategy of creating more pages on a site to get multiple pages to show for the same keyword? Many of my competitors are not very competitive, and unfortunately, videos and images aren't appearing for the search results. Kind regards, David. So at the end of the day, if I had to summarize what David said, so he followed this shit, he followed our training, it got great results. Now it's just, how do I maximize the lead volume now that I'm already ranking in Google? Like, how do I maximize the leads that I'm getting? How do I make the most of the leads that I'm getting? And so I wanted to walk you guys through exactly how I would actually handle this. So first and foremost, like at the end of the day, the big thing that's going to be the 80-20, so to speak, if you're ranking in Google Maps, becoming the dominant player in Google Maps is going to be the biggest win. And there's probably a better way for me to write this. Becoming the dominant, let's say dominantly positive reviewed, it's getting long-winded, company in Google Maps is going to become the 80-20. Like, that's what's going to get you guys the best results. So how can I say this with less words? That is a cluster F. Yeah. Kill competitors, average star rating, and number of reviews, right? At the end of the day, if you're already ranking inside of Google Maps, this is going to be bar none the thing that gets you the most volume, because you're already there. You're already ranking. So just becoming the one that gets all the clicks, right, is going to by leaps and bounds crush everything else that you do. Okay, so implement a good review campaign. And guys, this can be simple. I see way too many people like overcomplicate this like to death. So I'll give you guys an example here. If we go to Google and we do a search for Klein Home Exteriors, this is a company whose reputation I help them with. Okay, they are located in a very small area. The town that they're in, like, isn't a big deal. The county that they're in, let's even look up the population for the county. I mean, guys, it is tiny, 44,000 people, right? So for them in that county to have 59 essentially 5-star reviews, like they have an aggregate rating here of 4.9, they crush every competitor, right? And when you do a search for them in Google, look at what comes up. Like, do you think that this is a trustworthy company? Give me some feedback in the chat. Like, look at their reviews and all the stars that you see. They absolutely freaking obliterate everybody when it comes to reputation. Okay, most of this is from Google. Okay, you can see here the concentration now is Yelp. I'm like, all right, you guys have done a great job. You're kicking everybody's butt and everything except for Yelp. So Yelp needs some help. But this should be the goal, right? That you're absolutely dominant. Okay, and they are. Okay, and the only thing that they've done is they did one big push to get reviews. Now, I'm not saying that that's all that you should do, but to get 59 reviews and have a 4.9 aggregate rating, right, took one initiative and one conversation with the employees in the company to get this done. No ongoing software expense, nothing else, right? Like, and they got this review. So the strategy that they used was very simple, right? Text your best customers, the customers that know, like, and trust you and that freaking love you, and only them, and we're gonna text them. And inside the text message, we're gonna plead for help, right? We need to show that we're like bleeding and we need their help. And we need to ask them to help us. And then give them the link to go leave a review. Right? So the meeting could say, hey, Patty, or hey, Doug, or hey, whoever the customer is, right, in your text message, was meeting with the marketing team today, and we realized we have a huge problem. Our lack of reviews is severely hurting the number of jobs that we can take on right now. And no matter what we do with marketing, it's just not going to be as effective. I really need your help. If you could take just 30 seconds and leave me a review, I'd really appreciate it. That's it. And then a link that takes them to leave a review. That takes them right here. Right? This is what you want. That's it. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody joining me live, give me a 2 in the chat. That's it. Simple. That, bar none, is going to give you the biggest wins. That, bar none. Okay, you need that 4.5 plus aggregate rating, and you need to crush everybody else in terms of reviews, and you need to take the owner and get him invested in it. Get his buy-in that that's going to make a huge difference in the business that they do. And then it'll trickle down. The owner starts doing it. He's going to be harassing all the sales reps. Like, dude, I got 10 reviews today. What have you done? Right? When that starts happening and it becomes a big push from the owner or operators of the business, right? Very quickly, you're going to be able to get reviews. This company went from having like 2 reviews, 2 5-star reviews in Google, to having like 35 in 3 or 4 days. Okay, then next what happened is they really made a push for the salespeople to help bring on more reviews. Okay, and I would say like all of the reviews except for maybe 3 or 4, right, came in about a 2 to 2.5 week time period. Okay, so this is an easy thing, and this should be, guys, something that I don't care what you're doing for your customers. This should be something that you do for each and every one of your customers that you help them with, because this is just so damn simple, and it really will make a huge impact. Okay, so the next thing then is you want to build out local landing pages, or what I call city pages. And ultimately, at the end of the day, this is going to allow you guys to rank multiple times for the same keyword. Okay, so we're going to build out, if our homepage is ranking for Chicago roofing, we're going to take all of our services pages, and we're going to take the service page and we're going to build out for each and every service that we have, or collection of services like roofing. We're going to build out a page dedicated to each of the locations or markets that we serve, right? And so this is going to allow us to go deep and get a lot more rankings. So most companies that I talk with, I would say probably 90 or 95% of companies that I speak with that have good SEO, they haven't went to the length of building out local landing pages, or what I call city pages. So this is like, these are 2 huge low-hanging fruit items that you guys could just crush for a local type of SEO or marketing customer that you have. Okay. Let's see. So once you're up there, and once you're ranking, right, ultimately it should be obvious, folks, but you really got to start to invest in landing pages and conversion rate optimization, right? Like, you should never do that first. I believe that you should get traffic coming in first. You should benchmark your CPA, your cost per acquisition, your phone call, and then ultimately, or lead form, but then ultimately you want to benchmark the other stages that a customer goes through in terms of actually converting and any business turning that lead into revenue, right? Whether it's your company as a digital marketing agency, right, where you're getting a lead in that you cold emailed, then the lead came in, they requested a strategy session from you, then how many strategy sessions do you have to get on to actually close one? How long does that take, and what's the average customer value? Like, we all have to know that data, okay? And it doesn't matter the business model, but then once you get the traffic and you start getting people to actually convert into buyers, then we need to start really tightening down the hatches and perfecting the process, okay? And the big win is landing pages and conversion rate optimization. Folks, at the end of the day, it's not out of sorts, or it's not out of the norm at Invisible PPC for a customer to come to us with a landing page and an existing Google campaign, and for us to look at the account and say, yeah, like, we should really, split test, or we should really build out a new landing page for you. We think we can improve conversions. It's not abnormal for us to double the conversion rate, right? I mean, doubling conversion rates drops our average cost per lead in half, right? And doubles how many leads we're pushing into the funnel. Like, that's freaking insanity. When you think about what that's really worth to, again, your business, a client's business, it doesn't matter. Like, that's huge, right? Like, a big push here, a big push here, and a big push here can quite literally triple or quadruple a business. I want to say overnight, but that's really hypey, right? But that could triple or quadruple a business just hitting on these three different little quick, easy to execute projects. Does that make sense? Give me a 3 in the chat if that's good stuff, right? In terms of 80-20 and really highly leveraged and maximizing lead volume once ranked in Google, this is it, folks. Like, these are the big levers that you're going to be able to pull. Good stuff. All right.